place for quick summaries of movies with jaw-dropping twists. Let's dive in. The movie begins with a smart boy named Cody waking up from sleep and realizing he has to go to school. On his way, he sees a woman placing letters in a mailbox while leaving her child alone in the car. The child pulls the car's handbrake, and the car starts moving down a steep hill. The mother panics, screaming for help. Cody hears her, grabs his skateboard, and races after the car to save the child. He tries to open the door but finds it locked. Suddenly, construction workers appear in front of the car. Cody maneuvers through a pipe and jumps off a high ledge to get ahead of the car. He notices the car heading toward train tracks and attempts to stop it using his skateboard, but fails. He climbs into the car and pulls the handbrake at the last moment, preventing a collision with the train. Cody then rushes off to avoid being late for school, while the crowd gathers around the car, and the mother searches for Cody to thank him. Meanwhile, a scientist named Dr. Albert is working at a technology company, showcasing his latest invention to executives, a liquid substance capable of dissolving any metal, no matter how strong. He explains that the substance was created to eliminate nuclear waste from ships that pollute the water. After his presentation, he congratulates Brink, the company owner, on his invention and hands him a sample of the substance. However, it becomes clear that Brink is a villain planning to misuse the substance. At the same time, a meeting is held at the headquarters of the American Intelligence Agency. Jack, the director, explains that Dr. Albert has created a highly dangerous substance that could dissolve anything. He suspects Brink of planning to use it illegally, potentially to destroy missile bases and tanks, and sell it to criminal organizations for billions of dollars. Jack decides to recruit a young boy as a secret agent to get close to Natalie, Dr. Albert's daughter, and spy on him to locate the lab where he makes the dangerous substance. Among the candidates, Cody is chosen for his intelligence. Cody is at school when an agent named Veronica approaches him and tells him about the mission. Cody is thrilled because he has always wanted to be a secret agent. He goes with her to the intelligence headquarters, where Jack explains the mission: to get close to Natalie, find out the location of her father's lab, and uncover his and Brink's plans. Veronica informs Cody that he must get Natalie to invite him to her birthday party at her house. She then takes him to the weapons room, where he is given advanced gadgets to help with his mission, such as high-tech glasses with X-ray vision to detect weapons under clothing, a sophisticated phone to track any location, and a watch that electrocutes anyone who presses its button. When Cody returns home, he learns he will be transferred to Natalie's school, but cannot tell his family about his secret agent job. The next day, Veronica arrives at his school and advises him to catch Natalie's attention and make her like him. At school, some students mock Cody, and one of them takes his watch. Cody warns him not to press the button, but the boy ignores him and gets electrocuted. Cody retrieves the watch and tries to talk to Natalie, but she ignores him. He persists and learns she has a driving test at school. During the test, Natalie struggles and hits obstacles, failing the test. When it's Cody's turn, he drives skillfully and performs stunts to impress Natalie, but the instructor gets annoyed and stops the test. Natalie leaves unimpressed. Later, Cody trains in Kung Fu with Veronica, who urges him to call Natalie and invite her out. Cody hesitates, saying his parents are going out that evening and have asked him to clean the house. Veronica arranges for a cleaning crew to handle it so Cody can focus on his mission. His parents are amazed at the clean house and reward Cody with $5. Veronica gives him Natalie's number and orders him to call her immediately. Nervous, Cody calls but hangs up as soon as Natalie answers. Veronica, monitoring him, realizes Cody lacks confidence in talking to girls. At headquarters, Jack is furious and orders his agents to teach Cody how to talk to girls, but they fail because they lack experience in this area. The next day at school, Cody sees Natalie on a ladder hanging a banner. She loses her balance and falls, but Cody pulls the banner to catch her just in time. He takes her to the school clinic, where she thanks him for saving her and admits she misjudged him. She expresses interest in getting to know him and invites him to her birthday party. Cody is thrilled to have succeeded in his mission. Veronica, disguised as a nurse, initially doubts Cody's success, but is surprised when he tells her about the invitation. On the day of the party, Veronica instructs Cody to monitor Dr. Albert and find the location of his lab. Cody heads to the party. Cody meets Natalie there and gives her a necklace as a gift, putting it on her. The necklace contains a tracking device so he can know her location. Later, he goes to spy on Dr. Albert and sees him in the lab with the company's CEO and his guards. Cody discovers that the lab is located under the glacier. At that moment, Agent Veronica is monitoring him and sees everything happening. Cody tells her he will enter the lab to see what they are doing. He sneaks into the lab through the ventilation ducts, records a video of them pouring the liquid into an ice cube, and observes them testing the substance on a highly advanced Russian weapon, which it melts easily. Dr. Albert confronts Brink and his guard, asking what they plan to do with his material. They reveal their plan to sell it to gangs, stating that it can destroy any military weapon. Albert refuses, explaining that he created the substance to clean the environment from pollution, not to harm his country. Brink threatens Albert, saying he will harm his daughter Natalie if Albert doesn't comply. They all leave the lab afterward. Cody uses advanced shoes that allow him to walk on walls and takes a sample of the substance, placing it in his shoe. Unfortunately, the substance damages his shoe and he falls onto the glacier. Brink hears the noise and sends his guards to investigate. Cody quickly escapes through the ventilation ducts. Luckily, no one discovers what happened. He returns to the party, where the same boys who bullied him at school mock him again and try to throw him into the swimming pool. Cody fights them all, and journalists capture the scene. Natalie sees this and becomes impressed by him. Brink and his guards suspect Cody is an intelligence agent. When Cody returns to the intelligence agency, he is shocked to learn from Agent Ronica that he has been dismissed for failing the mission, and his identity has been exposed in the newspapers. Disheartened, Cody goes home, only to find Natalie visiting to check on him. He takes her to a restaurant to spend some time together. There, he decides to confess the truth to her, but Brink's guard suddenly appears. Cody pushes him aside, grabs Natalie, and they run into the restaurant's kitchen, only to find themselves surrounded by the gang. The guard takes Natalie into a car, revealing that he did so to force her father, Dr. Albert, to comply with their demands. Meanwhile, in the restaurant, Cody fights all the gang members. However, the guard knocks him unconscious. When Cody regains consciousness, he finds Agent Ronica, who learns what happened. She tells him she will try to rescue Natalie, but asks him not to interfere since the intelligence director has dismissed him. Cody returns home and finds his brother playing with the advanced phone he took from the agency. To his surprise, the phone reveals Natalie's location. He realizes she is in an icy region and remembers the necklace he gave her, which contains a tracking device. Determined, Cody decides to go there to rescue her. The intelligence director learns of Cody's actions and becomes furious, fearing Cody will ruin their plans to capture Brink. Cody reaches the icy region using a highly advanced snowboard and finds the lab where Natalie is held. Suddenly, one of Brink's men spots him and a chase ensues. Cody uses his snowboard to fight him off. Before leaving, Cody encounters Agent Ronica, who arrives in an advanced aircraft, saying she's there to help rescue Natalie. Together, they fly toward the lab. Upon entering, they hide and see Brink's men producing large quantities of the dangerous substance, shaping it into ice to deceive the government into thinking it's harmless. They search for Natalie and eventually find her locked in a room. Cody sneaks in to talk to her, trying to avoid the cameras, but Brink notices and orders his guard to capture him. Meanwhile, Ronica plants multiple bombs in the lab. She then reunites with Cody and Natalie, and they plan to escape. However, Brink's men block their path and capture them. Cody manages to escape and runs. Dr. Albert arrives, shocked to see Brink holding Natalie hostage, threatening to dissolve her with the substance unless Albert complies with his demands. Reluctantly, Albert agrees. Cody intervenes, threatening to blow up the lab unless Brink releases Natalie. Brink doesn't believe him until Cody detonates part of the lab. In the chaos, Natalie seizes the opportunity to grab the substance and shoves it into Brink's mouth, killing him. Cody and Ronica fight off Brink's men. Ronica takes Dr. Albert to the aircraft, and they prepare to leave. As they board the aircraft, the place begins to collapse. Brink's guard suddenly appears behind Cody, and they fight. The guard tries to throw Cody off the mountain, but Cody manages to defeat him, tying him to Ronica's advanced aircraft, sending him flying away. The aircraft takes off just in time before the place explodes. When Cody returns to the intelligence agency, he is surprised to see everyone applauding and celebrating his success. Even the intelligence director praises him, acknowledging his intelligence and potential for a bright future in the agency. Later, Cody meets Natalie, and they decide to be together. Then Cody now is a boy working as an agent in a secret organization. At the time, there's a secret camp affiliated with the organization, where intense training takes place, teaching agents how to escape from enemies. Cody successfully completes the training, defeating his colleague Frank. At the end of the training, when Cody tries to shake hands with Frank, the leader, Victor, scolds him, saying it's inappropriate to reconcile with enemies. Cody explains that it's just training and that he and Frank are actually friends. The trainer insists that Cody should never trust anyone and must always be cautious, especially with those closest to him. Later, it's time for parents to visit their children at the camp. The camp transforms into a recreational site for kids, hiding any evidence of its true nature. Cody's family, including his younger brother Alex, Mother Bonnie and Father Peter arrive. Peter notices something unusual about the camp, but dismisses it, telling Alex to be kind to his brother since they haven't seen him in a long time. Cody greets his family and takes them on a tour of the camp. At night, all the parents gather with their children, and Peter notices that Mr. Frang deals strictly with the kids, as if he were part of the military. But Cody takes control of the situation and suggests to his friend that they sing a famous camp song to keep his family from feeling uneasy. After a while, Cody's family prepares to return home, and his mother, Penny, goes to say goodbye to her son. She notices he has a tool with a sharp edge and insists on taking it from him, fearing he might accidentally hurt himself. The family's car drives away, and the camp transforms back into a high-tech training ground with advanced equipment. At night, the children sleep in tents, and military planes hover over the camp, dropping highly trained soldiers. The children are terrified, and Cody asks Victor how to handle the situation. Victor explains that this is part of the camp's tests, and to win, they must seize control of one of the planes. Cody quickly informs his friends of the instructions, and they professionally fight the soldiers as they were trained. Meanwhile, Cody goes to confront the plane's captain, giving Victor the opportunity to escape in the plane. However, Victor unexpectedly flies away with the plane. When another plane tries to chase him, Cody ties its tail to a massive tree, preventing it from pursuing. Later, Drake, the head of the organization, arrives and surprises Cody by revealing that this wasn't a training exercise. They were actually chasing Victor, but Cody's mistake allowed him to escape. Cody is shocked and confused, so Drake explains that there's a secret underground bunker beneath the camp where advanced weapons and equipment are stored. Cody insists that after 2 years of training and studying the camp, he's sure there's no underground bunker. Drake mocks him and reveals that the bunker is hidden in an unexpected place, inside one of the camp's bathrooms. Drake opens a hidden door and takes an elevator 15 floors underground. Cody is astonished by the vast and advanced facility. Drake explains that Victor was responsible for managing the secret data in the lab until a device was created that could control the human mind, aimed at enhancing human abilities. However, Victor decided to steal the device for personal, illegal gain. Their mission now is to capture Victor. Cody volunteers for the mission, and Drake agrees, praising Cody as one of the organization's best agents. Drake orders Cody to travel to London to meet his colleague, who will brief him on the plan. When Cody arrives in the city, he meets a man named Bowman waiting for him at the airport. Bowman introduces himself as Cody's assistant, and they ride in a highly advanced car driven by their colleague, Kumar. They head to an amusement park in the city, where Bowman shares details of the mission. Bowman explains that a businessman named Dankman is Victor's partner in stealing the mind control device, intending to use it to dominate the world. Cody's mission is to get closer to Dankman by joining his mansion's music band to monitor him closely. Dankman is currently assembling the band for a major performance at a grand party in Queen Elizabeth's palace, attended by royalty from around the world. Cody protests that he knows nothing about playing musical instruments. Worrying the plan might fail, Bowman reassures him that everything is under control. They head to the amusement park's haunted house, where they access an underground secret organization hideout. There, Cody is equipped with advanced tools, such as gum that can blow open locks, a pen with a climbing thread, and a clarinet he'll use to play in the band. Later, Cody goes to Dankman's mansion, where he meets his mother, Lisa, and the butler, Treville. Lisa introduces Cody to his bandmates, including a beautiful girl named Emily. Emily takes the explosive gum from Cody, but he quickly retrieves it and throws it out the window, fearing it will explode. However, it turns out to be regular gum, and Cody feels embarrassed. Later, everyone gathers for lunch, including Dankman. Bowman, disguised as the mansion's chef, serves burnt food, angering Dankman, who considers firing him. Suddenly, Dankman receives a call from Victor, who is waiting for him in the antiques room. Worried Victor might damage the valuable artifacts, Dankman rushes to meet him. Cody informs Bowman of the call and asks him to distract everyone in the mansion so he can monitor Dankman. Bowman agrees and performs a show for the band, offering them sweets. Meanwhile, Cody sneaks into the antiques room through the ventilation shafts, using advanced equipment to eavesdrop on Victor and Dankman's conversation. He hears Dankman boasting about creating a device that controls animal minds. Cody lowers a camera-equipped thread through the vent and sees Dankman's dog performing human-like tasks, such as playing the piano and serving tea. Cody records everything on his camera, and also sees Victor handing Dankman the human mind control device. The two plan to execute their scheme soon. Cody quickly leaves before anyone discovers him. At night, he goes to Bowman's room and tells him everything that happened, informing him that he needs to monitor Dankman more closely to figure out where the plan will be executed. Then he leaves. At that moment, Emily sees him leaving Bowman's room and becomes suspicious of him. On another day, Cody wakes up and goes to the music school, where Emily tries to get to know him better by asking him questions about music. Cody becomes very nervous and can't answer her, but he is saved by a call from Bowman, who tells him that he has discovered the location where the plan will be executed, at the company's lab under Dankman's command. Cody excuses himself from Emily, saying he has to leave, and heads to the company's headquarters. On his way, he meets Bowman and Comer in a car. When they arrive, Comer stays in the car while Bowman distracts the guards to give Cody a chance to sneak into the company. Inside, Dankman is in his office with Victor, discussing their plans for world domination. Dankman wants to demolish a church and replace it with a statue of his agents, while Victor wants to take over Drake, the organization's leader, and turn the secret agents into the world's most powerful mafia. Cody, disguised as one of the scientists in the lab, manages to reach the secret room, where he sees Dankman and Victor testing a mind control device for the first time. Cody relays the information to Bowman via his earpiece, but accidentally triggers the alarm, alerting Dankman. Cody quickly escapes the room, and Dankman orders his men to seal all exits. Luckily, Cody escapes through an elevator shaft at the last moment and reaches the street, where Bowman picks him up in the car, and they drive away quickly. Dankman reviews the security footage and sees Cody sneaking into the building, realizing that the organization has sent a spy to infiltrate his operation. Cody returns to the music school and throws his clarinet in the trash, pretending he forgot it at home and can't play. However, his classmate Brittany retrieves it and gives it back to him in front of everyone. Cody becomes very nervous, not knowing how to react, but the clarinet is highly advanced and plays complex music as if Cody were the one playing it. Everyone is impressed, except Emily, who suspects he is cheating. Later, as everyone leaves the school to go home, Cody notices someone watching him from a distance with a weapon. He excuses himself from Emily and leaves to call his friend, informing him that they are being watched. Before he can finish the call, Victor approaches, forcing Cody to flee. A fierce chase ensues, and Cody reaches a dam but doesn't know what to do. Bowman arrives on a motorcycle, and they escape together. However, Victor uses an advanced weapon to shoot at the road ahead, causing them to crash. They hide in a plastic factory among the scrap, and Bowman decides to distract Victor to give Cody a chance to escape. Cody refuses the plan, fearing for his friend's life, and fights Victor until he falls from a high place. He grabs onto metal chains to save himself, and the police arrive, arresting him for destroying the factory. At the police station, the officer treats Cody with prejudice because he is American, but a secret organization calls, and Cody is released as he is one of their agents. The officer even apologizes to Cody for his behavior and escorts him to the office of the person who called. To Cody's shock, that person is Emily, who is also revealed to be an agent of the secret organization. Cody is stunned and doesn't know how this happened. Emily invites him to lunch outside the police station. On their way, they talk about their history with the organization, and it turns out Emily has been a member for 10 years and speaks 6 languages fluently, making her ideal for the most challenging missions. While Emily goes to get coffee, a black car arrives and a stranger attacks Cody, spraying him with a sedative. When Emily comes out of the cafe, she finds Cody missing and becomes alarmed. Cody wakes up tied up in the company's lab, where he sees Dankman, Victor, and a professor responsible for implanting chips into humans via brain surgery. Before Cody can escape, he is sedated again, and the chip is implanted in him. The next day, Cody wakes up in his room at the mansion, unable to remember anything from the previous day. He goes to breakfast with his colleagues while Dankman and Victor, along with the professor, control Cody's mind remotely, making him call Drake, the organization's leader, and invite him to London. Unfortunately, Drake agrees, trusting Cody completely. Emily becomes suspicious of Cody's strange behavior, especially when he starts throwing food at his colleagues to make them dislike him. The next day, the music band heads to Queen Elizabeth's palace for their performance, while Drake arrives in London. Cody meets him and sprays him with a sedative as soon as he boards the bus. Emily, who has been monitoring them, witnesses this. Cody returns to the car with Bowman. Emily calls to inform them that Cody has been implanted with a chip controlling his mind and that he has handed Drake over to Victor. Suddenly, Cody strikes Bowman hard, knocking him unconscious. They manage to remove the chip from Cody's tooth just in time, freeing him from its control, but Cody cannot remember anything. Bowman tells him there's no time to explain because Victor and Dankman have reached the Queen's palace and are likely executing their plan. They rush to the palace where they find world leaders gathered for the concert. The professor has implanted a control chip in the king, making him announce to everyone that Dankman is the new ruler of London. Bowman tells Cody that their plan is unfolding rapidly, and now they must reach the control room. Cody gets an idea and heads to the music band's room. At that moment, he decides to reveal the truth about himself and his colleague. He tells them that he needs their help to distract the guests until they can stop Dankman in his tracks. But everyone mocks them, and a guy named Lucas appears. He tries to hit Cody, thinking he's drunk at the party and is now trying to ruin their performance. But Cody fights him and showcases his training in front of them until everyone finally believes him. He asks them to keep playing at the party no matter what happens until the mission is complete. After a while, Lisa goes on stage and introduces the band to perform. Queen Elizabeth is present and is very impressed with their music. At that moment, Bowman heads to Victor in the control room to stop him, but Dankman attacks him and sprays him with a sedative. Then he orders a professor to implant a mind control chip in him so he can go finish off Cody. At that moment, Cody encounters him in the palace and starts fighting him. Meanwhile, Emily reaches the control room and finds the professor there alone. She beats him up badly to force him to stop controlling Bowman. At the same time, Bowman is about to finish Cody, but Emily manages to stop the device at the last moment. Bowman returns to his normal state and punches Cody hard in the teeth to disable the chip. On their way, they encounter the boss, whom they also beat up and destroy the chip inside him. Then Cody goes to Victor, and a fierce battle ensues between them. Unfortunately, Victor is strong and lands powerful, violent blows. Dankman senses something is wrong and decides to go to Victor, but the trifle ring stops him and knocks him to the ground. We discover that he too is part of the secret organization. At that moment, Victor is about to kill Cody and reminds him of the phrase he told him long ago, that he should never trust anyone, no matter who they are, and always be cautious of those closest to him. Cody feels that Victor is trying to manipulate him and manages to stop him at the last moment. Then Cody's friends arrive and capture Victor. Shortly after, the police arrive and arrest Victor and the rest of the gang. Finally, everything returns to normal again. The next day, Cody returns to the camp and decides to take a vacation to spend as much time as possible with his family and celebrate the great achievement he made for the organization. And the movie ends. If you like the movie, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel.